What's up, everybody? I'm Joan.
And I'm Reilly.
And you're listening to Anyways!
So today, we have our first guest of the year.
Ta-da!
Would you care to introduce yourself?
I'm Andylyn.
This is Andylyn.
She's Andylyn.
Guys, so we brought her here today to talk a little bit about what's it like being a music major. So yeah. Alright. So who wants to start?
Let's just dive right into it.
Okay.
So
switch off.
Love this guy.
Okay. So Andylyn, what is your voice part?
Well, we skipped one.
Oh. What is your year and major? I feel like already covered, but okay.
I mean, yeah. I'm a sophomore music education major, and I'm a singer, so my voice is my instrument.
Beautiful.
And my voice part, I thought for the longest time that I was an alto, but it turns out I'm actually a mid-voice soprano, so I can sing lots of high notes that I didn't know I could.
Nice.
Yeah.
Understandable. See? Yes. Okay. And we got voice for color. Cool.
Yeah, I got you.
Okay, so let's go back to the beginning. So what first got you interested in music?
Man, that's deep in the depths of my memory.
I know. Let's reel it back.
When I was really little, the church I went to growing up, they always did this big performance with all the youth group there. And I was 5 years old, and they were like, hey, you're gonna get a solo, and you're gonna sing in front of this whole church. And mind you, this is 1,000-member church. This was a big thing. Mm-hmm. And I was like, okay, because I was 5 years old and this tall. Mm-hmm. And so they were like, oh, this is the cutest little kid, and she's gonna sing. And so then from there, it just kind of grew into something more than just this cute child singing in front of everyone and everyone thinking it's the cutest thing ever. Mm-hmm. So then,
this flex, I was just a really cute child.
I was just so cute, okay?
Were you ever a shy kid, or were you always just center of attention?
Actually, I was center of attention, but then I thought I didn't want to make people feel bad. I don't know why. I feel like this sounds really arrogant, but elementary school me didn't want to show anyone that I knew how to sing. Mm-hmm. So whenever in music class they would ask who wants the solo, I would be like, oh, I don't want that. I don't want it. So then we did a show called E-I-E-I Oops in third grade, and it was
sounds really cute.
it was Old MacDonald had a farm, and then somehow all the animals weren't doing the right thing and whatever. And so then instead of auditioning for a big role, I auditioned for a pig, and I just kind of half sang. And so then from there I was I don't really want to hide my voice from people. So then I just started really singing, I guess you could say. And so then I started being more interested in choirs and performing in front of people. And so then I went from being kind of shy to really putting myself out there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
Love to see it.
It was the whole tangent.
It's great.
Hey,
we love it. It's the perfect place for it.
So what made you decide to make music your career?
I've always had this really strong passion for music. And so then when it came down to college decisions, I really didn't know what I wanted to do, because I knew I didn't want to do something super serious, becoming a doctor or going to STEM sort of things. And music has always just been there for me, because I used to do band along with singing and choir and stuff. And so then I knew that I wanted to make an impact on someone all my former directors and teachers had on me. So I decided to go into it.
Wow.
Nice.
We'd love to see it.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Next one. So, what is your favorite style of music? And then in the classical realm.
Okay. I think my favorite era of music, in the classical realm, is from the Romantic era, because it's there was more artistic freedom, and it wasn't everything was stuck inside a little box. So. A lot of the music from there is just so much more full, and it makes my heart feel really crazy and big and stuff, which is a really nerdy thing to say, but I'm a music major,
just means
so
you're
it's
passionate.
Fun. Yeah.
I mean, everyone should feel like that about what they want to do.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Aww.
Love it.
The romantic era. Felt that. So who is your favorite artist? And this can be a current artist.
Oh, easy. That's Panic at the Disco.
We love it. That makes sense. The Twitter feed makes sense.
Follow me on Twitter.
Love it. Comment section. Not comment section.
Down below.
Down below.
The
thing down below.
That
one.
Yes.
Yes. Moving on. We said, what is your
Wait,
favorite?
what's your favorite Panic at the Disco song?
Ooh.
Do you have a favorite?
Or album. Because it might be hard to pick a song.
I have a favorite song from, like, different albums, I guess.
Okay.
I think my overall favorite song would be from, like, their most recent one, and it's King of the Clouds, which a lot of people haven't heard of, and it's really slept on. Everyone should go listen to it. It's really good. Stream Panic at the Disco.
Stream Panic at the Disco. Good, guys.
Yeah. Do you have a favorite Panic song?
I like, The Ballad of Mona Lisa.
That's a classic.
It's really great. Stop!
That's a really good song.
I love
It's a great
it. What else? I mean...
Nothing beats Victorious.
There's so many good ones, though.
There is.
It's really hard. I know my favorite album is The Death of the Bachelor album.
Of course. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So,
That's a good one.
The Ballad of Mona Lisa is just like... I like how it's really pretty, but then it also, like, builds up in the middle in the chorus, and it's like, down, 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 down. Like, it has it all. It's a very well-rounded song. But also, like, This Is Gospel is great. But also, like...
I actually performed This Is Gospel at, like, a show my senior year.
Oh, snap.
Yeah.
Really?
It's on my Facebook somewhere.
It's amazing. I'm gonna have to dig for it now.
Yeah, definitely. I can just send you the video because that's actually in my camera roll.
Okay.
Yeah, it's pretty
Airdrop.
cool. Literally.
Gonna be airdropping after this.
Lots of airdropping.
What about you, Joan? Oh, you said Victorious.
Victorious. That
one's about they've
favorite.
started ending all their concerts with Victorious.
It just pumps me up.
Yeah,
it
is.
Yeah.
I feel like unstoppable.
Literally. Yeah.
My car gains at least like a little bit of speed.
It
every
definitely
time
is. Like, it sounds like a good pump up song or like a workout song.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Also, like when I first heard it, because the like guitar riff kind of sounds like, it goes like, I was like, this is Danny Phantom. That's when I first heard it. I was like, I love this already. But yeah, it was really good. Anyways, moving on.
It's your turn, right?
Is it? Yes. Who is your favorite classical artist?
She asked for consent.
Yes. She didn't say no.
I think I'm gonna go with Mozart, which sounds really basic, but like I love his music and like, his arias and all his his operas, and honestly, he was just a really cool dude. If you like look into his life, like he was very like he was kind of reckless and like irresponsible, but also he got stuff done. And I find that very relatable.
Interesting. I like that. I like a little insight. I really like Tchaikovsky, which is really basic as well.
Oh, no.
But
Tchaikovsky's so good.
But yeah, especially growing up doing, like, ballet,
Yeah.
the Nutcracker every year.
Yeah.
And then, like, Swan Lake and, like, seeing other ballets dance to Tchaikovsky music just holds a special place in my heart always.
Aww.
So, yeah.
With a little tear, she said...
Those were the days.
What's your favorite movement from Swan Lake?
I don't know, actually.
Or the Nutcracker?
The Nutcracker, I love the
There's
Grand
so many in
Parada
that
is
one.
the Sugar Plum Fairy and Cavalier, their waltz. But also, they're not their waltz, their duet. But I like the, I really just like the the Cavalier, the Grand Parada music. But I also like the Snowflake music as well in the first act.
Yeah.
I love doing snow, even though it was like being up on stage, because how throwback a little bit. Whenever we're on stage, we have like this panel in our in the ceiling. Whenever we do snow, because the like second half of it is when the music kind of builds up, and they like drop snow from this little contraption that like drops out, and our snow is little it's ripped up pieces of white garbage bags. So from far away, it looks like snow, but like close up, if you feel it, if you just like pull apart a garbage bag, that's what it is. And so like everyone, we have to like train ahead of time on like prepare myself for when we dance underneath it because you can't like breathe it in, or some people have and it ends up like they're coughing backstage and like hacking up trash bags.
Oh boy.
So you just kind of have to like smile and like not breathe through your mouth. You have to like blow through your nose, and it's just a whole situation. I have never had to deal with it, but some people have, and it's always like, okay, we gotta get dress rack too. I'm sorry, I can't help you right now, but hope you get better. But yeah, it's a time.
It's intense.
Yeah, just a little bit. But
Never see trash bags the same.
No.
yeah, honestly, just rip it up and be like, this makes sense.
And start making it snow in my dorm.
Mm-hmm. Boom. Can't have fairy lights, we can have snow.
Yeah.
Boom.
They can't stop us all.
No.
Exactly.
Stop all of us.
Anyway.
Okay. So, what is your favorite classical piece?
I think, actually, Shostakovich, Symphony Number 5. I think that's right. I can't remember the name. Now I feel bad. Oh. It's a Shostakovich ballet piece, and it's like the first movement, and I love it so much because my senior year of high school, I was a drum major, and I went to this camp for it, so I learned how to drum major and stuff. And we did like a piece that we would like mock, like conduct, and like we learned all the parts, and like it was an arrangement that drum corps did from the original ballet, and then like I listened to the original like piece by Shostakovich, and it just made my heart melt. Like, it's such a beautiful piece. I'm gonna have to like get y'all like tell y'all for sure what that piece is called, because I feel really bad that I can't remember what it's called.
Yes. Find it for us. Link in bio.
Pop, pop.
Okay, next one is, what was the process like entering this music program?
Okay, so obviously you have to apply to go to the school, and then you also have to like apply to be in the music department, and then you have to set up like when you're gonna come audition, and then whenever you have your audition day, you come in and you check in, and then you're waiting, and you're all nervous and stuff.
Exactly.
Of
The
course.
worst for audition.
Yeah, and then you go in and you sing some repertoire for them. So it can be one of any language, and then one in English. And if they want more, then you can have more with you available. And then they'll ask you some questions like, why'd you come to Sam? Like, all this, blah, blah, blah. The little nitpicky things that...
So have a script ready.
Yeah, pretty much. And then there was like a little test, but that wasn't a test. But it's like, I'm just like cuddling with him, man.
Yes.
He's my homie.
Our mascot, Dr. Mallard.
This is my best friend.
Yes.
But then it was like just to see if you knew music theory or like the basics, so that like they had some idea that you know what you're talking about going into it. And then you go home, and you can find out later if you make it or not. And you usually get a letter in the mail or an email.
Yeah.
Which
So
is
what was
really
that
cool.
like for you? Like, were you really nervous going into it? Or were you feeling confident, or was this like a high pressure situation?
I was confidently nervous.
Okay.
So
Okay.
I was really confident in my audition because like I just felt really good about my performance in general. But then it's also really nerve wracking because like this is college, this isn't high school, this is like the real deal. You're going to be going here for 4+ years, you know. So it's really nerve wracking going into it, and you don't know if you're going to make it or not. If you were like good enough, you know. So. Confidently nervous.
Gotcha. Nice little...
Just go in there with an open mind.
Gotcha.
Have you noticed differences in doing music in a collegiate environment versus a high school environment?
Absolutely. There's so much more freedom, but also so much more responsibility because it's all on you to like learn your own piece and learn your own parts. Whereas like maybe perhaps in high school you didn't practice, but it was okay because everyone else sucked too. But it's not the same. It's not the same because like you're paying to be here and everyone else is too. So the experience is like not stressful, but like practicing is stressed. Like you have to like put in the work.
Yeah.
So it's words. It's definitely a different environment.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
That's cool. That's real cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I feel like it's kind of like that just in general for anybody. Just that there is more freedom, but with freedom comes responsibility.
Literally,
so,
yeah.
Really? So you just kind of like have to, I don't know, kind of really hold your own and like make sure you're doing what you got to do.
Put in that work.
Yes. Yeah. Whoa. Okay. Next one is, do you have any teachers or mentors? Oh, you're right. We did put a note. Okay, so was music always something that you thought of pursuing?
Actually, it wasn't something I always thought of because, you know how, like, some kids, when they're growing up, they know exactly what they want to be.
Mm-hmm.
I was not that kid.
Yeah.
I just kept it... Yeah, I can't speak. It's fine.
Okay.
My
Yeah.
ADD is, like, making my mind go really fast, so...
This is a no judgment zone.
No judgment.
Exactly.
I'm literally cuddling a duck right now,
Yeah.
so...
Comfy. This is our support animal.
Sometimes you need one.
The anyway support pet.
We're getting him a vest.
Ooh.
And we can take him anywhere.
Yeah.
I would definitely wear a shirt with him on it. So...
Let's think about that. Anyways.
I just chill out so much, like ranting.
Thank you.
Okay, so like I always like kept changing my mind about what I wanted to do when I grew up. For the longest, I really wanted to do like geology or marine biology, which are two completely different things.
Mm-hmm.
But my mind kept going back and forth with those.
Mm.
And then I got into high school, and I was like, man, maybe I want to be a band director. And then I was like on that track for so long, and then I decided, no, I don't want to do that because the band director my senior year ruined band for me. It just wasn't a fun experience, and it made me really sad because I loved it. And my director, who had just recently left before that, was honestly such a good mentor for me, and like I really looked up to him. And then it just broke my heart that I didn't really like doing band as much after that. But so then, whenever I realized I didn't want to do band, I was like, oh my gosh, wait, I still love music. What do I want to do? And so then I was like, well, I do sing. I could always do that. And so here we are.
Wow. The rest is history.
The rest is history. I'm an aspiring elementary music teacher.
Love it. I see it.
Yeah.
I see it. I want that for you.
Do you have any teachers or mentors that have stuck out to you while pursuing music?
Definitely my high school choir director. He definitely helped encourage me to like go forward with like still being a music major and going through with it, even though like I just mentioned before, I didn't know if I wanted to still do it. But then he helped me along the way, and it was really, really awesome. I think every choir director I've ever had actually was really supportive.
Mm-hmm.
Though I think it's just like a choir thing. Everyone's just so nice.
Honestly, yeah. I'm just thinking back to like my days in choir, and like definitely all of my choir teachers that I've had, I love them so much, and they like were really close to my mom, and just like me and my family. Mm-hmm. And my mom currently, my choir director. I went to public high school for my freshman year of high school, and that choir teacher that I had that year is at a new school in the district that my mom also works at. Yeah. So they reconnected, and I like came and choreographed his pop show again, and it was a lot of fun. So I like still connect with him and stuff. And even my choir teachers from middle school, I've seen them around. So I don't know, it's just that community, and I made so many friends through choir as well. Like all of my friends back home are like my choir friends, and we've been all through like middle school. That's how we have really like connected, and like that's why we're still friends now. Wild. Beginning of the decade versus end of the decade.
But there's also like, I don't think I've ever had a music professor like so far in my career here that I can say like didn't genuinely care about their students. Like it's the music department's a really big community, but it's also really small, and no one really knows about us because we're in the School of Music all the time. So I think it's a really amazing environment because everyone's there for each other, and like the professors are definitely someone you can talk to if you're feeling overwhelmed or anything. So yeah, it's really awesome.
That's good. That's good to have. Okay.
A good support system.
Yes. Period. Okay. So, where do you want to take your music in the future?
I've like barely touched over this, but I really want to be an elementary music teacher.
Mm-hmm. What pulled you to elementary rather than just like, like middle school or high school?
Mm-hmm. I actually came in here wanting to do high school choir, and I didn't want to do anything younger. If I was going to do younger, I would want to do elementary, but it was like if I have to. Mm-hmm. But then I worked at a summer camp this past year, like throughout May through mid-August, and working with kids is honestly like just something so natural for me, and it really opened my eyes because there's a lot of kids that don't get to experience a music program in their elementary, which breaks my heart because I had an amazing one at my school back home, and I really want to be able to help kids have that and have that basis of music so that they can have something to like help them in any ways they need to, because music's a really good therapy that people don't realize.
For sure.
So I love working with kids, and I want to build that foundation, and elementary music.
Beautiful.
Nice.
Well said.
Well said. Why do you think music is so important to have in society?
Oh, I'm like back to back. I'm like leading into the others. I don't even realize it. Man.
Beautiful.
Look at me go. So, like I said, music is a really big, like, therapeutic thing, and people don't realize it. Like, we listen to music all the time, and, like, we don't think anything of it, but whenever you listen to your favorite bands or artists, that's, like, your favorite thing, right? What does it make you feel? Happy.
Boom.
Boom.
Wow.
And, like, being able to, like, put that into, like, teaching is just so different, because you don't really think about that kind of thing unless you're, like, putting it into words. I'm, like, circling. Wait. It's, like, putting it into, like, retrospect, you know? Because, it's... I lost it. I had it, and then I lost it.
It's okay. I'm going to come back to you on this next one.
We'll see.
So the last question for this first part that we have is, what does music mean to you?
I was thinking about this question.
It is pretty heavy.
It is, honestly.
I think all these questions were kind of heavy.
Yeah.
Like the last 4 or 5 of them were like,
very thought-provoking.
Stressing me out.
We gotta space these out more.
Well, if we're going down a train, I feel like we just keep going down that tunnel, you know? Why not? Why not?
Keep going in that tunnel, see what happens. Music to me, it's my therapy, it's my soul. It's like, I feel like I don't sound sincere when I say this. But, it really just means the world to me. Because it's always been, like, such a huge part of my life. And, like, growing up in a musically inclined family, it's just so prominent, you know? So, it's, like, it's not really what it means to me, like, as a definition, per se. But, like, it's just a part of me.
Wow.
Anyways,
we got a little too serious.
We didn't bring the
right
tissues
now.
this one.
Well, let me get us readjusted for.
Oh, because the camera's off. Boop.
Fun times. So after we got through all of our music questions, all of our heavy questions, now we get to do our fun questions.
The questions we ask all of our interviewers just to see where people are at in their lives. So do you prefer cake or pie?
I'm going to be that guy. It really just depends on what kind of cake and what kind of pie. But if I had to choose, then I'm going to go with cake.
Well, what's your favorite of either to make Joan happy?
Whatever. Okay.
I really like strawberry cake.
Okay.
I do not like chocolate cake.
Okay,
I don't like chocolate stuff, which is weird.
Okay.
But
do you not like chocolate at all, or just like?
I like chocolate.
Okay, just not too much.
It's just chocolate cake and chocolate ice cream are overkill.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got it.
Like, I like chocolates and stuff, you know. But, yeah. And my favorite pie is probably apple pie.
Interesting. With homemade vanilla ice cream. It's a classic.
Oh, yeah.
It's a classic.
Period. The way it just, like, melts. Chef's kiss.
Chef's kiss! Yes. Okay, number 2. Marvel or DC?
Marvel. I am obsessed with Spider-Man. It's not even funny.
It's on your socks, isn't it?
I'm wearing Spider-Man socks right now, yeah.
Wow.
I noticed those when we were sitting there.
Through the Crocs.
Nice.
She noticed through the Crocs.
That's how you...
I have,
good
like,
eye.
a Spider-Man onesie, multiple Spider-Man shirts. I have, like, 6 more pairs of these socks. They have different designs, but they're all Spider-Man. I also have a hat and my whole bed set, including 2 pillowcases, Spider-Man.
Respect.
Wow. Wow.
I'm very committed.
Yes.
Yeah.
Very committed.
Yeah. I like it.
That. We do.
I'm secretly a 12-year-old boy.
Wow. This became the nerdy podcast. Okay, well, you got this one. Or me.
I'll take it. It's fine. So what is your favorite song?
Or music genre.
Because
we kind of touched on Panic earlier.
I don't know if I have a favorite song, like, overall. That's so hard to choose from, because I listen to a lot of music. But my favorite genre is probably alternative or alt-rock and, like, indie, along those lines.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Love it.
Interesting. Do you have a new favorite song?
Do I have a new favorite song?
We didn't talk about it last...
As of right now?
I have a new favorite song.
We didn't. As of right now, I don't really know. Oh, Joan's gonna judge me, but I've been playing Psycho by Red Velvet all over. all day.
I've been listening to Lost in the Woods from Frozen 2, like, on repeat.
Yes! Is that the one
Sarah Beth?
Yes!
Sarah Beth?
Yes!
Ashley Armstrong, if you're listening.
I, like, listened to, like, the original, and then I listened to the Weezer cover, and then there's
They do a cover of it.
there's, like, a YouTuber that does covers of songs, and he did a cover of it, but he did it in a higher key, because he's like a tenor.
Wow.
It's crazy.
That was like the show-stopping song for me.
Yeah.
Like,
it was
the
so
others were good,
good.
but then Kristoff and the Reindeer sang, and
it's like Jonathan Groff said, "Hey, I want a song, and I want to go full send." And they were like, "Say no more."
I want to know who...
A power ballad.
I know who made it like the 80s power ballad, like the way that they orchestrated it.
I love it so
and made
much.
it like a music video. It was so funny, but it was so perfect.
See, I think more it was like the Backstreet Boys, because they had all the like the fade in.
Yeah, all the 90s.
Yeah.
Yes.
It was great.
Oh my gosh, it was amazing.
That's so good.
That was the best song. I was like,
literally.
Period.
Yes, thank you.
Period. Anyways. What are your favorite movies and or books?
I read a lot of Edgar Allan Poe, so I have some of those sitting on my shelf.
An artsy girl.
But
wait, she likes the romantic era of songs, but like the gothic.
That's from
poems.
the romantic era.
Fair enough.
Yeah. It's more the romantic era is more emo, and I relate. So cute. I feel that, but I don't know. I kind of like. I don't know. I don't think I have a favorite book. I read a lot of books growing up, so I don't know. I think I would have to just say I really like horror literature. Horror, like spooky stuff.
Okay.
But favorite movies?
Well, we know she's a Marvel girl.
I am a huge nerd. I have seen all Star Wars. I haven't seen the new one, so I can't say that. But like, I'm a rat for Star Wars, Harry Potter. I read all the Hunger Games books and like Divergent and so much more nerdy stuff. I just smacked him on the head. Wait.
No, that's for harm.
But I don't know. I also have seen every Disney movie, not to flex.
Really?
So I'm a big Disney gal.
Disney Plus really came in handy.
Honestly, I didn't need Disney Plus, but I have it anyway.
So we're here trying to find Phineas and Ferb on YouTube. I'm like, oh, dang.
Trying it.
Enjoy your Disney Plus.
Well.
I can watch all the Phineas
That's how I watch Kim Possible.
Oh, nice.
Oh, wait, I do have a favorite movie.
What's
the name of it? Oh my god, I thought of it and then I lost it. Murder on the Orient Express. Yes. It's so good. And it's like... It's a murder mystery.
Ooh. It's an Agatha Christie.
I'm intrigued.
It's based off a book.
It sounds like it's based off a book. Just that title.
It's so good. Oh my goodness. There's so many like twists and turns. I saw it in theaters with my family a few years ago when it came out.
Okay.
And it was honestly like, I was the only one that was super interested in going to see it, and then I was like obsessing over it the whole time. So it's such a good movie. I definitely recommend it.
What's it called again?
Murder on the Orient Express.
Okay.
If you like that one, you might also like Agatha Christie's And Then There Were None. It's also a very good one. It's an old movie. Black and white. I'm pretty sure it's a black and white movie, actually. But very good. Good book, too.
Exciting.
Highly recommend.
Exciting.
We like Agatha Christie.
Lots of new things to consume. Lots of new media to consume in here.
Yes. What is your favorite childhood and or college memory?
That's a great question, Joan.
Yeah. Keep it PG rated.
So at the very beginning of my first semester, I had already made some friends because of marching band, and then a few of us took a weekend trip and we went out of town and we went to the Kima Boardwalk.
Ooh.
And me and my friend went on some of the rides there, and they were really sketch.
I got a story.
Like the pendulum one. We sat on the very back, and the rail that goes over your legs didn't go all the way down, and I almost slid out every single time. I almost lost my life that night, you guys.
No. I should not have got a sip of water.
But it was just such a fun. It was just such a fun weekend memory.
Yeah, man. I've been to Kima once, and it's
I've only been there once.
It's when I was like in elementary school. I was pretty young. I was probably about like 9 or 10, so I was rather small. And so I went on the like pendulum ride as well with my dad. I went on that, and the seat was fine that I was on. The thing is, every time we swung back, just because of like physics, I would like lift, I would catch air, and so like I would come off of the seat every time, and I just was like, but I just like had to relax for it because I was like, oh, this is kind of fun though, because it's like I'm flying. But what wasn't fun was that there's a ride called the Bullet. I think it's called the Bullet. It's a wooden coaster.
Yes, I went on that. So sketchy.
So that ride, it's a wooden coaster and it's pretty fast. And what had happened?
It's crazy. I have a picture from it.
Yeah, man. And so what had happened was I got on the ride with my dad, and then the little thing comes over you. You know, there's a seat belt that you tie on first, and then there's the metal bar that goes over you. And so my bar like didn't click at first, and so you know how they have the people monitoring the rides. They're just like, is everybody good? Is everybody good? I was like, no, mine's not clicking. And so he came and he clicked it, and I was like, okay, cool. And then I shook it a little bit just to make sure it was good, and then it unclicked. And then they're like, okay, ready, go. And then the ride and I was literally like holding on so hard to this metal bar because all I had holding me in this seat was a seat belt. Because man, had this ride like had any loop-de-loops or anything, we would have been done for. But it was so fast, and then on top of that, like it made really sharp turns. Like it pretty much turns pretty much sideways. Like we were sideways to the ground. So I was like on the full
perpendicular.
Is that perpendicular? I mean, it's...
Yes. Yeah. This would be perpendicular.
But, okay.
No.
I'm just thinking, because...
If this is how gravity holds you, and you're sideways, that's perpendicular. I think. I'm not a math major. I know...
That's true.
Sure.
Me either.
Perpendicular. So I was like, yeah. Anyways, we were basically on they would make, like, curves on some parts of the ride that would just, like, go super fast, and we'd be sideways.
That's why it's
and I was just holding on to my seat the entire time. I was like,
the seat in the Lord. Please.
I was like, this seatbelt has got to be strong today. And then we got off, and I was just like, that was pretty scary. And I normally I really like roller coasters, but that was a time.
Yeah.
Especially as a child. But we were fine. We were fine. It was we got a story to tell now.
Yeah.
So, boop. Yes.
These are the reasons why my dad didn't let us ride carnival rides. He was like, no.
Oh yeah, no. There's like a festival that my town hosts back home, and they have rides every year. And my mom was always like, yeah, no, we're not going. Those are real sketch. And I was like, that's fair. Which is crazy. But now I'm an adrenaline junkie, so now I'm obsessed with like roller coasters and doing things that risk my life.
And Bang Energy. No, I'm just kidding.
They should sponsor me. I haven't had one in a long time.
That's good. You probably shouldn't.
Moving on.
Anyways.
What is your favorite place to visit? Or do you have like a dream place that you want to go and visit?
Yes.
I really want to go to Greece.
Ooh,
or just Italy in general.
Ooh, Italy.
I'll recreate Mamma Mia myself.
Be all the characters.
I'll be a one-man show of Mamma Mia.
I would love
featuring Andylyn.
I like it. She can do all of the voice parts. She can be all of the not the husbands. The dads. Potential dads.
Which one is...
My brother actually did a show, like, back home, and he was in Mamma Mia.
Really?
Yeah. He was one of Sky's friends. It was pretty cool.
Nice.
It's like his favorite show that he's ever done now, which I'm very proud of, because I made him into a musical nerd.
Nice.
Like it. Is he, like, pursuing musicals? Or
he's actually a music major now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Aw.
He's older than me, but he's, like, switched after I became a music major. So.
Inspiration. You're an inspiration to all. That's what I'm hearing. Exactly.
I'm a trendsetter.
Yeah. Look at this fit. I mean, trends.
With
the Crocs. And the jean jacket. And the stripes. Here for it.
Yeah. And the triangles. I like the beaded triangles.
Yes. Cool. A whole look.
Goodwill.
Good.
Nice. The fit. Goodwill.
Love Goodwill. What about you? You got a place you want to visit?
I mean, I always say Australia. I still say it to this day. But I mean, like, I was thinking about it too, because I was thinking about, like, bucket list stuff. And I was like, yeah, I want to visit Australia. But I also kind of feel like I want to go to Europe too. Because just so many different countries over there. But there's also a lot of places in our country that I haven't been to. And I would love to go to.
Absolutely.
Like, I've never been to Chicago. I want to go to Arizona. I want to go to Portland or Seattle. I also haven't really been to Austin, Texas. And I like, I've been to, but I haven't like experienced the city.
Texas.
So I want to go and just like enjoy the city and like
so fun.
Get food and just like have a fun time. So just to like chill.
12th Street.
Yeah, that's what everybody talks
9th
about.
9th Street. Which one is it? 6th Street.
There's a couple.
So.
There's a good number of streets. I think it's 6th Street.
Yeah. So yeah. Just all over. Your girl wants to travel. Boop. Boop. Well, do you have any updates?
Iceland.
Yes.
I always want to go to Iceland. I still want to go to Iceland. It's my native.
Why Iceland?
It's just so beautiful. Have you ever seen? You've seen like pictures of Iceland? I love. There's like so many different mountains, and they're all carved in different ways. There's one that looks like an elephant sleeping that I think is really beautiful.
Ooh.
They've got gorgeous waterfalls. It's
I would
really
also
chill.
love to go to Iceland. Y'all should book a
That'd
trip
be
together.
so cool.
Yeah. Iceland is just
somewhere
so
tropical.
Nice.
Yeah. Hawaii. That's in this country.
Oh, I do also want to go to Hawaii.
Alaska.
Sometime.
Yeah.
I really want to see the mountains.
My
aunt used to live in Alaska because she's a park ranger. So
whoa, cool.
Yeah, but now she's in Arkansas. I almost said Arkansas.
Arkansas. We know what you mean.
Yeah.
I was gonna say Arkansas is not as cool as Alaska.
No.
So.
Well,
I bet she misses Alaska.
Probably. Probably not the cold, but
I was about to say I don't know about the weather. But
yeah, you can't see like half the air because it's so dark.
Yeah, exactly.
Just northern hemispheres, right?
Ooh, love to see it.
I love that.
All right. So, lastly, what is something you want to leave with our listeners?
Follow me on TikTok.
Yes.
There you go.
What's your TikTok?
It's the same as my... Yeah, actually, it's not the same as my Twitter. It's Adrenaline. It's like Adrena_Lynn. And I honestly don't have a specific thing I do on TikTok. I just kind of do whatever I feel like.
Yeah.
I have a dance on there.
She's a whole comedian, dancer,
my celebrity
performer.
lookalike. My most recent videos, my celebrity lookalike.
Ooh.
I'm going to have to post that on Twitter later.
Mm.
Just so other people can
y'all.
see it.
All right, y'all.
But if we want to be serious, though, something to leave with listeners, just be kind to others and be accepting of others' opinions or of their like preferences on anything. Just be respectful and kind to others.
Great.
There you go.
Here we go.
A nice happy note to end it on.
What a nice way to start 2020.
Yes.
Be kind.
Be kind.
Exactly.
Yes.
Unconditionally kind.
Period. And that's on period. Anyways, thanks,
Andy, for joining us.
It's been a great time. We've been cracking jokes and enjoying your company. Yes. And it's great.
And I've been cuddling your mascot.
Yes. You can come over and pet him anytime.
Yes. I live a floor above, so.
Yeah. Exactly. And be getting knocks in the middle of the night. You're like, hey, I can't sleep. Can I?
Has mental breakdown in the middle of the night. Can I have the dog?
Finals week. It's like, you know what? You can just borrow him finals week.
Just keep it. It's like 3 a.m.
He's yours.
Just hold on to it. All right.
Just give him back later. It'll be like a co-parent thing.
You can have him on the weekends.
I'll have him on the weekends.
You got it. You guys heard it here first. All right. Well, peace out, guys.
Thanks for watching.
Bye.
Later, skateboard.
Thank you guys so much for listening to this episode of Anyways.
If you like this video, please be sure to subscribe and turn on post notifications so that you know every time we post a new video.
And if you're not already, make sure to follow us on Instagram and Twitter at GroundFloorCo14. Until next time, I'm Joan.
And I'm Reilly.
Thanks for listening to Anyways!